And I am here with another Transits Fridays. So today, the Friday, the 28th of March, we're just one day before the new moon eclipse. So that's really what I want to talk about with you because this is a powerful one. That's an important one. And that's really worth talking about. I don't know how you guys are feeling. How are you? I mean, as you can see, I'm still in the UK. I'm flying back to Brazil on Monday. So there's still a few days in this journey here in the UK. I'm feeling very, very exhausted. I don't know how you guys are doing. How's this week going? Please write down in the comments. Send me some messages and news. I really want to see how you guys are doing as well. It just really makes my day to see the community, to feel you guys, from far away, and to have this sense of a community building, which is something I really love. And dare I say, thrive on with Moon and Venus in the 11th house. So I just really appreciate. So let me know how this week is going, because obviously this week was a kind of an in-between eclipses and is that sort of land of deep transformation and potentially depressed as well, if we can, if we are privileged enough to be able to take some time away and to reflect, to rest, etc. I'm feeling very, very exhausted today. I'm having a little bit of downtime. Obviously, I'm working. I was seeing client as well earlier. And because of the situation, a bit of an unprecedented situation here, then obviously I'm just using my mutability to be as flexible as possible in here and to give support and be here for my partner. And if you just came here, he's recently lost his mom and we live in Brazil, so we had to come back to the UK because he's originally from here. And yeah, I had a big webinar as well this week, and that was like 11 p.m. UK time, so it's quite late. 1 a.m. I finished, and I mean, lovely to do the webinar. I just really, really love teaching. This is one of my favorite things to do. So I always feel uplifted. And honestly, today, after seeing my client as well, I was feeling very uplifted. Um, and that, it just got me thinking like how privileged I am to be able to work with something I love so much. It really does not feel like work from that perspective. It obviously feels like work because I'm like very punctual, like I'm very serious about my work. I take it very seriously and very professional and I take pride on my work ethic. But I love it so much. Every time I finish a session or I finish a teaching webinar class, talk, whatever it is, I just come out feeling so uplifted and thankful, and yeah, just really lucky and grateful for having this. Anyways, I'm rumbling a little bit. As you can see, I'm very, very tired. Um I'm also at the end of my cycle, so this is all culminating together. I think I'm having my cycles with new moons. So this is also happening. Anyhow, without further ado, let's have a look at this new moon eclipse because that's why you're here as well, right? So this is today, Friday 28th. Now, one of the key things here for this Friday is Venus retrograde conjoined Neptune. So Venus was already conjoined Neptune yesterday, so this is yesterday the 27th. But here it is, both at 29 Pisces and not too far from the North Node. So I think this is definitely um, a very important transit. Very, very powerful energy in the air. We can definitely revisit our connection to self-worth. And in particular, I think with our core values, which I honestly think is one of the most important things that Venus really talks about as well. Mm. Because a life worth living is a life that's built based on core values. We make decisions based on core values. We um we form relationships based on core values and all of that stuff. Like I think that's definitely um major. I think I didn't realize that for many years. Like I shared in one of my astro transits or astro diaries that happened in particular when my progressed Venus went over Saturn. And honestly, no looking back. Like just pondering and really taking value seriously is very important. Well, with Neptune here, we can definitely tap into spiritual inspiration. I'd rather say divine inspiration. Divine inspiration, forgiveness, compassion, self-compassion in particular, self-forgiveness, all of that is definitely reflected by the potential here. And if you are an artist, and if you do creative work of any kind, I think this Venus Neptune can be a beautiful energy to take a ride with, to really do some stuff, dancing. Or if you don't do those things, it's a wonderful day to appreciate beauty, to really appreciate that sort of stuff. So here we go. Go to ballet, go to exhibition, look after yourself, invest some time on yourself if you can, because you deserve. And obviously, there's a passing mood here of a moon conjoined Saturn and a moon going over all of those Piscean placements as well now. So, a bit of a poignant longing kind of energy in the air today, I think. And then obviously Mercury is still retrograde in Aries, and it'll pop back and conjoin Neptune as well. But here we are. So in British time, the eclipse is going to be happening at 10:58 a.m. So 29th of March, 2025. So we've got here Sun Moon at 9 degrees Aries, bang on. 9 degrees Aries, 0 minutes of arc. So very, very, very much. As soon as it moves to the ninth degree, it will conjoin. That's when my partner's mother's ceremony will also take place. Not exactly this time, but tomorrow. So I thought, wow, what an eclipse season this has been personally for us. And yeah, having this eclipse tomorrow in this situation, that's like mind blowing, really. Is it, I think one thing that you need to like focus here with the new moon eclipse is that is a new beginning on steroids. There's a real sense of moving away from something in a very big way. Or like people leaving, relationships ending, or jobs, or new positions, new placements, new projects, things that will be a real like watershed. I think the eclipse really kind of support that kind of energy, that kind of transformation, that kind of transition. Now it's interesting also to visualize for the ones here that are also into tarot, that this sun moon conjunction will be happening in the cards that in the major arcana is the emperor. So there is something about inner authority, solidity of of identity here, that this new moon eclipse is giving us an opportunity to restart somehow, to focus on, to create, right? Um, the other cards that's connected to Aries, and in particular with the sun in Aries, is the Three of Wands. So the Three of Wands, for the ones that don't know, is a card that's usually connected to travel. It's a very empowering card. I should have had my tarot cards near me. Um, but it's the one that's got the back towards us and is like really looking in the horizon, and they're like, water in front of him, like a body of water. And it's usually connected to long distance traveling and, expanding the horizon and that sort of stuff. And again, I really feel that's such a wonderful omen for this eclipse here. and that sense of consciously making personal choices, making individual choices, making decisions here, really making decisions, not letting anyone else decide it for you, not letting any, life circumstances just decide for you, like for you to really take that um power back. That's kind of what I really feel here. And then obviously, as I was mentioning last week, we've got this bridge, one foot, we've got the Piscean energy, and on the other one, we've got the Aries energy. So the new moon eclipse in Aries is definitely talking about the importance of making decisions, taking responsibility. The Emperor card is a card of solidity, of authority, of personal authority. And obviously with the Pisces, the Venus retrograde conjoined that North Node, Saturn not too far from, Neptune at 29, and Mercury coming to join that tomorrow as well, or the day after tomorrow. I really feel there is that liminal space here, like I said before, between developing that sense of authority, making those decisions, making those choices, but also remembering that we're all interconnected. Is a fine line here of balance between remembering that we came here to do higher service, that we came here to do something through our individuality, through our individual choices that will also benefit the group and the rest, because we are all merged together in this sort of psychic, in this psychic way, that if I'm hurting someone, I'm also hurting myself. Um, but to emerge from that level of an individuated or undivided. We didn't come here to be a big blob of, like the sea. We came here to individuate as well. It's like my individual experience is contributing with the collective enough, right? How balanced is my individual expression within the notion and the awareness that we're all interconnected beings, that if you're hurting, I'm also hurting. Do you see what I mean? Like there's this like really interesting fine line here between the two, right? From one to the other, from individuality, moving away from individualism towards a more spiritual awareness, but also not a sacrificing, someone is going to come and save me mentality. That's too much on the shadow of Pisces. So it's kind of like finding a balance between the two. And this energy is definitely really strong here with this new moon eclipse. The aspect that this new moon is forming is a sextile to Jupiter. So there's a kind of a wide sextile to Jupiter. There is a sextile also wide to Pluto as well. Mercury also in sextile to Pluto. But one of the very exact aspects here that we have is Mars in trine to Saturn. So still kind of learning about assertion, healing our sense of individualness. Mars relates to the tower and our ability to separate. So Mars in trine to Saturn is something that we're learning here in connection to that. And obviously that Mars is also in square to Chiron. So healing that, but also feeling the pain, feeling the wounds, right? That's something that's imprinted in that, um, in that chart. Mercury and Neptune here as well in a strong conjunction. I mean, we can have some powerful insights tomorrow during this new moon. We can definitely have some magical, power here as well in terms of words, in terms of manifesting. And in particular, I think um, in terms of manifesting that potential for um balancing the Pisces Aries, because Mercury is in Aries, Neptune's at 29 Pisces. So two honoretic degrees, two very powerful. It's a very powerful combination. And obviously, not to forget, Venus and the North Node are also very close by. So there's something powerful and beautiful about the energy that's going to be in the air. So how are you going to make the most of this? I really feel with Mercury and Neptune here, we could write, we could paint, we could do something in terms of manifesting for this new beginning, and manifesting cautiously, really thinking very, very deeply about the healthiest balance that each one of us can have in connection to our spiritual selves, our awareness that we're all interconnected, and our individual story, right? The need to separate as well. This is very, very under the spotlight here. Now, just a quick run around this week, just because it's Fridays, transits Friday is all about the weekly transits, etc. So here we have Mercury popping back to Pisces, as I said it would. Is happening on Sunday, so we've got Neptune, Mercury, Venus, North Node all there together. And then yeah, on Monday the 31st, we've got Neptune moving to Aries. So that's the beginning of a very important shift. And I really want to do a special video about Neptune moving to Aries because it's worth it. I don't think in this video I've got the mental capacity really to go as deep as this shift deserves. And so I'll get back to this. But here we are, look, Venus conjoined North Node as well. Yeah. Evolution, growth, spiritual evolution, etc. That's under the spotlight here. And obviously, because of the retrograde motion, we are reassessing, reintegrating, having insights about these things, right? Realizing what we want in connection or what's gone wrong, or, forgiving old partners and things that have happened to us in the past and might be coming back to us now. All of that jazz. Wednesday here, Thursday, 3rd of April. Yeah, we've got Moon in Gemini then, and etc. But really, this is what this week is going to be about. There's sort of multiple conjunction here between Mercury and Venus retrograde, the North Node, and Saturn as well. So, and obviously that Aries. So honestly, that balance between Aries and Pisces is really important. Is really under the spotlight. And I'd be really curious, do you have anything in Pisces in your chart? Do you have anything at those degrees, in Virgo, for example? I do have my Venus in Virgo, and that eclipse, the full moon eclipse, picked up my Venus, which rules my 7th house. And I've been having all of this roller coaster of experiences here in this eclipse season through my partner and what's happening to him. So I think that's very uncanny. Now, do you have anything in Pisces, Gemini, those degrees, Sagittarius, Virgo? And what about the early degrees of Aries? Where is Aries? And where is the 9th degree of Aries as well? Because that's where the new moon eclipse is going to be. And that's really important for you to, what houses that eclipse is going to fall is very important in connection to new beginnings, very powerful new beginnings for you. All right. So that's it. I'm very, very exhausted. So I'm going to see if I have a little bit of downtime. And thank you again so much for being here, for all the support to my work, for being in my classes, for, leaving comments here, for liking the videos as well. I really appreciate you. And I will be more present here, I promise, at the right time. All right. Lots of love. And I will see you soon. Take care.